Hey everyone, hopefully you can hear me. Put a 1 if you can. Awesome. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Anna. Okay. Elise, if you're still here, hey sis, how you doing? Rosa, how you doing? Church Nelly, channel member. Hope you are well. I desire wealth. Hello, how are you? Deborah, how are you? Good to see you all. And yes, our prayers are with our fellow squattee, Mrs. S. And speedy recovery for sure, for sure. Hey, Cookies and Cream channel member, how you doing? And my manager, aka manager. Hey, Connie, how you doing? Oh my goodness. So, Anna, hello, hello. Kay, how are you? Channel member. Hey, Joan, how you doing? So, please remember to hit thumbs up on your way in. Up. Hilda, channel member. Hey sis, how you doing? She loves the emojis, as y'all can tell. I love it. Let me see. What is this? Church not only so true. There's definitely they definitely will be up and running again. That means more hate and abuse against Megan. Yeah. So Twitter, Twitter, Twitter. Should be quite interesting to see. Hello, Terry. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Just gonna wait a little bit. Give people. This is gonna be a quick one. I know I probably say that each time, but it it definitely will be a quick chat. I just wanted to just touch base and see how everybody's feeling about the word on the street that hit yesterday. Hey, Tier, how are you? Yeah. So, in speaking of, as my thumbnail shows, Elon Musk has offered to buy Twitter, and the company, the stockholders, as far as I know, it still has to go to all the process. So while it's gotten agreement, it still has to go through vote, being that it is a public company. I'm not sure how it's going to look once it's private, but I do. I have my own concerns. Hey, welcome with Tamsin. How are you? Hey, Sistren, how are you? I, for one, hey, one busy mama, how you doing? Hey, Lane, channel member. Yeah, so I have my concerns, but it's probably just that initial gut, like, what? Why would he feel the need to buy it, and what he wants to make it private, and what's that really going to look like? Hey, Charlene, how are you, sis? Hey, wellness with frugal mama, how you doing? Hey, Allie, how you doing? What did Jones say here to me? This is another white man deciding how people are supposed to act. Well, it's kind of like that, and we'll get into that. But hey, 1998, how you doing? I hope you are well. Yeah, you're not on Twitter, Kay. I like Twitter. I don't like if you go down a rabbit and yeah, it's going to be kind of craziness, but um Carol, free speech is one thing, but when it comes to hate against someone, I will install Twitter. Okay. Let's see. Um, welcome to this. He can promote whatever conspiracy. Well, that's the whole thing. With him taking it private, he can do what he wishes to do with it. Now, it's just quite interesting. Anna, 44 billion. He wants freedom of speech on Twitter platforms. Yeah, but Twitter was already to some degree. I think all social medias have freedom of speech. Of course, someone can report you, and then that leads to a whole nother gambit of things. But um, yeah, it's just quite interesting. So, hey, Gwendolyn, how you doing? Um, oh, you don't have Twitter either? Yeah, I joke about it and say Twitter's like the news because things happen in real time. People will put it right there, and yeah. Anyway, it will be interesting to say the least how things go about, but it's going to be a while, I'm sure. I do see a lot of talk, tweets that many will be leaving. My initial reaction was that, yeah, I'm going to leave the platform, but of course, when you on any social media, you put content, although it's your content, it's really the social media company really can control what they do with it, even if you leave. So some people are archiving their timelines and then they're ready to just kind of peel and go. But I wanted to see what everybody was thinking about the topic. Some people probably aren't even paying attention to it, but that's cool too. Um, Cookies and cream. I hope the sale of Twitter doesn't go through. It's an American company since it's a form of communication, doesn't have to go through the FTC. I believe so, but um, one of the richest African Americans because he was born in South Africa, I believe, um, and is a citizen now. Yes, so I just yeah, look, I'm interested to see what he does with it. So, hey, Annie, channel member, and AKA the squatty bartender. Yes. Hey, Catherine. Yeah, not too happy about it. It's going to be quite interesting. It's really the words that I have right now. Joan, I'm not on Twitter and don't miss not being on it. Yeah, it's. I'm not going to be all that upset. What can we do? What can I do? Nothing. You can either use it or you don't have to. I'm more interested in. I did see like one of the first articles that I saw. I didn't even bother taking a screenshot because I'd just rather not even get 45 involved in this. But as far as pictures, but the screenshot just was of an article just saying, number 45. We all know who that is. I'm not saying name said he won't come back even if his account is reactivated or whatever. And I would think that if an account is deactivated prior to you purchasing, that you just wouldn't reactivate it again. But that is part of ownership that you could do with whatever you want. So even people that are deactivating, deleting, whatever, and you're really deactivating, they could do what they want with it. So there's strategies to leaving some of these social media um, accounts or platforms. So it's not just a turn and burn and I'm out and tis life. You have to also think of ramifications down the road. Because if you ever want to get back in there and now they say, well, we've got this account here. And I think IG has done this with dormant accounts. Somebody comes along and wants it and it's been dormant for a while. Here you go. You can take it. They'll let whomever have it. So yeah, it's yeah. It's just kind of interesting. Hey Elizabeth, how you doing? Just Carol, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So I do have a few things that I want to share, and we can just chat through them because they're quite interesting, to say the least. So the first one up, I just want to show this just to give everybody. Now, I don't know what his number was before the announcement yesterday, although this was like Friday. We heard whims of it, but that they were pondering the board was pondering his offer. But he has like 85 million followers. I can't even imagine, but that's a lot of people watching what he's saying. And I know a lot has to do probably with Tesla and all that other stuff, but um here's what he said yesterday, that he hopes that even his worst critics remain on Twitter because that is what free speech means. People immediately began dragging him. And one in particular, um, he posted this just to kind of give everybody, this is what free speech is all about, and blah 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 blah. And I look forward to working with the company and and the community of users to unlock it. But there are consequences to free speech, so I just don't know what that looks like to him. Although I might have an idea, and you may also have an idea. So this was posted under his tweet when someone's like, "Is this you?" So, mhm, the man who claims to want to provide a space for free speech. I guess unless it includes him. I mean, this is just one example, and I'm sure there's many more out there, but yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. So I know a lot in the squad have been concerned, and some are probably going to leave. And I don't know of any other social media company that I really want to deal with. And when they've mentioned some other one that I'm not going to name here, but I never heard of it, I rather not. I think they all have their seedy side. So, we all know YouTube has millions of hate channels, people saying all kinds of stuff. And only now, after the incident in New York City, are they like, oh, we have to do something. And it's like, well, what is that report button? Even in Twitter, what is the report button? Because I remember, some of those main hate channels or hate accounts that Christopher Boozy even referenced and has all the data on that, you know, how countless many of the squad have reported those accounts within Twitter and nothing would happen. Oh, they would be suspended for a little while and they'll be right back at it. So, I don't know. I really just wonder. And let me just put this up because I should have put it up initially. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, which we've done, comment and doing, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Thank you so very much. Okay, so let me go back in the comments. Just want to hear what everyone's thought is. And the stock market had to pause yesterday. The shareholder went up. So the price of the shares. I haven't been following. I know some people are dumping their shares, and rightly so. They have that right. If you really just don't want to, you know what I mean. So, Church Nelly, will he keep comments promoting harm to him and his family? Doubtful. I've seen tweets now where they're like, well, $40 billion. I get the principle of it, but $40 billion, why doesn't he could give, $1 million to 300 million people and, still have billions left. And I'm like, yeah, but would you sit there and give away your money? Like, I understand why they might say that, but it's like, mm-mm. No, let's say we did, but we didn't. I mean, it's unreasonable to think the man is going to sit there and just write a check and here you go. You get a million. You get a million. You get a million. Come on already. So, Joan, Anna, yes, I see enough hateful, strange stuff on Facebook and don't go on it too often. I'm not interested in fighting folks on our opinions. Yeah, it's not even worth it. It's really not worth it. So, you know, it's just something to consider for those, especially those of us that do use Twitter. Since I've gotten more involved with my YouTube channel, I haven't used it as much. I used to be on there every day and just having a good time with the derangers, so to speak, when they would be going after Megan. But with everything that has changed over the last few years, it's really not much to fight over in a sense. Elaine, I'm not on Twitter and don't know much about Musk. Will he allow the hate speech on Harry and Meghan? More than likely. That's what. Oh, Lord. Yeah, he's part of that fraternity of billionaires. I think they just kind of lose touch after a while, which I wouldn't mind finding out what it's like to be that high up in the air, so to speak, at the 90,000 feet level when you got that much money. But yeah, I don't know. Let me see, Churchin. Yes. Elaine, get ready. All the work Christopher Boozy did and all hate accounts deleted will be up and running again. Yeah, I have a feeling that might happen. Um, but again, there's consequences, or there should be consequences for free speech. You can't just run around and say whatever you want, even in society. So I don't know. But it's his company. Once the sale is finalized and has gotten through all the different approvals, you know, I see that, advertisers are going to have to be mindful because, you can advertise your company in there and there's business Twitter and all that other stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't use it that much or have gotten so ingrained. Yeah, I have over 1,000 followers, but are they, most are squad, and yeah, it's just not, it's just going to be very interesting. Um, we all, I guess, those of us who are users, just have to take a deep breath, step back, and wait and see, and do what we feel is best. Because yeah, Twitter has some rabbit holes you go down, and your mental health can be affected if you're not careful, because it's just off the wall stuff that's said and done, and there's stuff posted on there that it's like, y'all can get away with posting this, like, wow. So, yeah. Um, Cookies and cream, Anna. The sale hasn't gone through yet. It has to go through a few more processes. Yeah, it does. I'm sure. I would be surprised if he's not approved. And hello to all those who have come in. Um, Ketorific Journey with Mike. How are you? I hope you are well. Um, Let me see. Come on down here. All right. Let me see. One busy mama, I'm not agreeing private citizens having sole ownership over these companies. It makes it very selfish and one-sided property. It does, um, which has a lot of people like, you know, Twitter was just, I don't know, it was initially a place just to go, and then you're just meeting other people in a sense, and tweeting it up. And then you see all these big names come in and that you can follow, and oh my goodness, they actually like the comment. It's just, yeah, I think things are going to really shift, but we'll have to wait and see. Is he going to make it because it's going to be a private company and it needs to be a money making? I would think he wants it to be money making. Is that now going to affect the users? Are you going to have to pay a monthly fee or something? So it's going to be quite interesting. Quite interesting. Thank you, sis. Yes, please remember to hit thumbs up, even those in the clouds. I appreciate that too. Yes, yes. And as long as we continue to communicate through our podcast, I think we'll be fine, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, that's true. I did have a thought. Woo, what if he goes and tries to get YouTube too? Like, it's not out of the realm that he doesn't, it's not like he doesn't have the money. I don't know. Where does it stop? Where does it stop? So, or the impossible, at least let's see what his intention instead of speculation. Give him the benefit of the doubt right now. It's only rumors. Well, he's kind of shown how he reacts when people say things about him. I mean, I think that's kind of funny and childish. Was it really that bad that you had to cancel the guy's car order? I mean, phew, priceless moment in time. But anyway, one busy mom, especially in the cases of less regulation, which usually means it benefits a certain group, also wealthy, powerful people. But then again, it is optional, right? Yep. We all can hit the deactivate button and go on about our business, or just leave private our accounts and leave them there and check in every so often, just to kind of keep it from being in a dormant state. So, Um, let me see. And I used to have Twitter, and after colleagues started their BS, got off. Hearing the stupid crap wasn't for me. It was to be used for work purposes, but all the stupid stuff and gossip, yeah. Well, thankfully, I mean, mine is just it's the same screen name, and you know, I talk about everything, anything, whatever, the gambit. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cuckoo birds in a sense. Carol, it appears from what I've heard him say is what he is going to allow any and everybody on Twitter. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Hey, Faye, how you doing? Um, it's one of those we all have somewhat of a responsibility, in what we say or do. We know there's a consequence for it. So hopefully it won't be a crazy or turn into a true open out there cesspool or mirror rival YouTube in a sense, but it could. I mean, there's hate channels on here, and we're still those of us that are supportive, say of Sussex Squad or whatever our interests are still thriving in a way. So, I guess the same could be said about Twitter. There's ways to mute certain words. So if it's names you don't want to see, if it's certain topics you don't want to see, you mute those words and they don't appear in the timeline. Hopefully, unless somebody within your, followers does tweet out that. So, but I just wanted to see what everybody was thinking. Hey, Yarn Barf, how are you? I hope you're well. Um, it doesn't seem to, I guess hopefully the best is yet to come, but we'll find out more information, I'm sure, as he gets through the approval process. We'll see what it's all about because anyone that uses it or even has an inkling to use it, yes, we'll have to check the terms of service with a fine eye because I'm sure that will all be changing when it's going from public to private. So. But that's really all that I wanted to just kind of chit chat about was what now? Like, you know, does everyone run for the hills or do we hang in there or what? There's been some great connections made, especially for the squatties, which I would hate to lose, but hopefully there's a platform out there that we can all rally around and get to when we need to truly that will support, and we know that won't allow any of the craziness to come to it. So we just have to see. Hello, Christine. How are you? I hope you are well. So that's it. Anyone else have any other ideas, comments? Annie, I saw that. Yeah, I posted. I channel members see a lot of stuff that I don't usually put out on my public community. So, yeah, um, I like the reason why that attorney quit. Basically, can't get they use the legal terminology, but can't get their client to adhere to what they're saying, which is like, you should have known that from the beginning. But hey, well, who are we? I want busy mama. Yeah, what company is next to be bought out? And there is no cap on these things. That's true. I mean, truly, you could figure the owners of YouTube could be like, okay, we'll sell it. There's a price usually on everything, and you all have to just be mindful of that. So, unless someone out there is a brilliant mind and comes up with their own, social media company, and then, really does the top notch work on providing a safe zone in a sense. Not that you just quiet out the crazy, put it that way. You just don't allow the crazy. Um, Keep that to yourself. So, Twitter never interesting to me except buying shares, which was wonderful yesterday. I love to sleep at night stress free. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I mean, hopefully it's done wonders for portfolios, but and continues up until it's a private company, and then yeah. Anyway, it shows how desperate the British media are now. They are paying. Oh, please, yeah. We'll be talking about that on Saturday, and yeah, I'm not even gonna go there because then I'll be here for another 2 hours. Okay, we really don't know what's gonna happen until Twitter actually changes hands. Exactly. But it's something to keep in mind. Everybody needs to kind of plan. If you are a user, you need to be thinking and planning ahead. You may just keep on status quo, but watch the terms of service, because what you signed up for with the change of hands, I'm sure it's going to be completely different. Um, so with that, if there's nothing else, yeah, and they may look at it. The regulators may look at that and decide that it is something a little bit too much for one person to have. But there's no safe place, safeguards in place for all this technology with a bunch of old people running the show. They slow. One busy mama, that's funny. Hey, Be the Difference Clothing, how are you? I hope you are well. Yeah. So, as I said, it was going to be a quick one, and that it is. You know how I am. I can talk on and on and on and on. But if nobody has anything else, any other comments, I'm going to go ahead and shut it on down. And I do hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Oh, and it's what, Taco Tuesday? For those that eat tacos, yes. I probably will have those for dinner. Just felt like you should know that. Anyway, everyone have a wonderful day, evening, depending on where you are, because I know, Connie, it's probably another day. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Christine. Yeah, be safe. You know my saying here, that I say, be safe, wear your mask, be well, everybody, take care. See you all in the YouTube hallways. I'm sure I'll be popping in and out of other lives, I'm sure, premieres. So let me see, Anna. Everything is being monopolies. All the elites are buying everything. It's greedy. Yeah, it is. It is. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful one. Take care and see you soon.